Have you ever had so much momentum that you thought you were completely unstoppable, but then you let one habit slip, and then another slipped, and then another fell, and it's just like the domino effect? I have, and it's happened to me more times than I'd actually like to admit. This year alone, it's probably happened 3 or 4 times, and in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about the power of momentum, and the power that goes both ways. It can be powerful in a sense that once you have it, it's very easy to keep going, but it can also be very easy to lose. So I'll start off with the first time that I lost momentum. Actually, I'll go back before that. The first time that I really gained a lot of momentum, and it's to do with my coaching business. So I started my coaching business back in October. It's August now, so it was about 10 months ago. And I got a business coach, I got a physique coach, I got in really good shape, and I wanted to do coaching for a while. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to give this a go. So got down to 8% body fat. I was completely I was dialed in. My routine was just off the charts. I was awake at 4 a.m. every day. I was, sharing my morning routine on Instagram. I'd often get people messaging me saying, "Oh man, how are you so locked in? Like you never miss a day, blah, blah, blah." And it was because, I was completely fucking locked in. I actually was surprising myself. I went through a complete identity shift. I had some fucking crazy momentum. I signed my first client about 2 weeks into my coaching career, got $1,000 for a 16-week client, that was my first taste of online money. And once I had that, I quit my job I worked on the tools in construction. I quit my job after I signed my first client. I had so much momentum, I had so much conviction and belief in myself that I knew that this was going to work. And I booked a one-way ticket to Bali. And I had just a crazy amount of self-belief, which obviously you get that from momentum. And anyway, I went to Bali. I was fucking dominating. I was actually dominating. My business mentor was blown away with the results I was getting. One in particular that stands out, I signed a $10,000 client, sell by chat, no sales call. I was 4 months into my coaching career. My business mentor was like, "Mate," he was like, "I know guys that have been coaching for 10 years and they can't do what you're doing. You've got it. You're on the way. You're on the way to being extremely successful." And I was like, "Fuck!" It felt amazing. But what happened next was, my dad came over to visit me. I'm very big on family. I love my family, and one thing that sort of has let me down in the past was just being not being selfish enough. And this was evident when Dad came over. I really wanted to spend time with him. I felt bad. He was over here on his own. And so I let my routine start to fall. I stopped tracking calories. I was eating out with Dad. I stopped posting a little bit. I started, waking up at different times. And I basically stopped doing everything that actually got me to where I was. That got me my dream life in Bali, which is something I wanted to achieve for over 10 years. And I got ahead of myself. I thought that, fuck, this momentum that I've got is so strong, I can take my foot off the gas for a little bit, and it won't affect me. I felt untouchable. I thought nothing can stop this momentum, nothing can stop this train. It's just going too fast. And that was my biggest downfall. I got ahead of myself. Like I said, the habits started to fall like dominoes. It was scary how fast I actually started to fall off. And what happened next, which is something I've never even talked about before, and I've shared a lot of my story, but what happened next was really scary. I gave up on Bali. I was like, fuck, you know what? I started to really feel shit. I lost all my momentum in my personal development. Started to put on a little bit of weight because I wasn't tracking my calories. I wasn't being as strict. And then that leaked into my business. I couldn't get my message across because I felt like a fraud. I'm an online coach, fitness coach, and then there's me not tracking my calories, you know, not working out, falling off my routine. So I stopped posting my routine because I didn't have one anymore. I stopped posting reels. I stopped posting YouTubes because I just didn't have that conviction, which obviously I lost all that conviction when I lost momentum, which happened when I lost my routine. So I ended up moving back to Australia. I moved to the Gold Coast, and yeah, I ended up putting on 8 kilos. I didn't post for 2 months. I went fully ghost, and I put on about 8 kilos, and I was like, fuck. I just completely lost all my self-belief, and I actually started chatting to a guy who's really wealthy and successful. He's like big in the real estate game in the Gold Coast, and he basically offered me a job. He offered me a sales gig, and there were sales reps in that company that were doing $100,000 in commission a month. So I was like, fuck. Saw the dollar signs, and I was like, yeah, you know what? Maybe the coaching's not for me. Even though when I was on, I was absolutely fucking loving it. Like, I love helping people. I was still working with my clients through all this time, which is something I never wanted to let go. And I was like, because I'd lost all my conviction and my momentum, I started feeling low frequency. I started telling myself all these lies. I was like, yeah, maybe coaching's not for me. Blah, blah, blah. And I went into this sales job for one day. I was there for half a day, and I was in there and I was looking around. Like, I was in an office, and I was just like, I had this feeling come over me. Like, I honestly feel like it was a sign from God, and I just felt so much physical discomfort. I felt sick, and I was like, nah, I can't fucking do this. This is just going against everything that I've worked so hard to build. I really did feel like I was selling my soul in a sense. And I went home that night. I gave the guy a call and basically said, look, thanks for the opportunity, but I just can't see myself doing this. I felt like a rat in the cage, and that was what really kicked me back into momentum again. And then I had a really good run in the Goldie, and I ended up signing like 10 clients in 3 months. And then again, I had a family trip coming up in Bali with my mum, my brother, and my sister. And I went to this family trip, and sure enough, again, fell off my routine. Stopped posting content. Stopped posting YouTubes. Stopped tracking my calories. You know, I'd ended up losing all the weight that I'd gained. I lost it in the Goldie, and I was really back on track big time with my personal development routine and with my business. And I got to Bali and stopped tracking my calories again. And you know, you would have thought that I learnt my lesson from the first time, but again, I wanted to be there with my family, and I just didn't realize at that point in time how important it is to keep momentum when you've got it. And once again, I lost it. And then from Bali, I had a Europe trip booked, so I was going to stay with a client in London, which I've just returned from. I was there for 9 weeks. I was traveling around Europe, London, and I hadn't had the momentum again. And then I'm like, fucking hell, I need something to change here. So I reinvested into another business mentor. I dropped $8,000 in for 1 month mentorship. I hadn't signed a client for like 7 or 8 weeks, and I was like, fucking hell, man. I'm still making money from my current clients, but I hadn't had any new money coming in. And I was like, fuck, I need to do something drastic. So I got the mentor, and then again, the pressure made me move, and I started gaining momentum again. And I ended up fucking signing 4 clients in the first 2 weeks of that month that I was with the mentor. And then this third time that I lost momentum, actually wasn't my fault this time. The first two definitely were my fault. This last time, which was recently, I've only just fucking got over it. I got really fucking sick and I had like this ulcer on my lip and I barely could talk. It was giving me fucking so much agony. Look it up. It's called a canker sore. Like it's something ulcer. It was fucking so painful. It was fucking, honestly, like it's one of the most painful things I've ever experienced. And it was just because of the constant pain, I just couldn't focus on anything. I was also sick. My immune system was compromised. So again, I lost momentum again. And this video, what you're watching now, is the first time in 3 weeks that I've actually felt enough conviction to pick up the phone and talk to the phone. And honestly, this hasn't been easy. I've filmed a reel this morning. I'm down at Dreamland Beach here in Uluwatu, where I've been here for 4 days. I flew in from London, been fighting with a bit of jet lag and stuff. And yeah, today is the day. I told myself, like, Matt, you're not living up to, you know, your potential right now. You've said that you're going to get back into it, and you know, I was waiting for the right time. I was waiting to feel the motivation again to post content. But as I've learned, like, motivation doesn't come first. Action actually comes first. And even as I'm going through this video talking to you guys, like, I'm starting to feel a lot better about what I'm doing. I'm starting to feel more conviction, and this is only come from taking action. And a vow that I'm making to myself is I'm never, ever going to let myself lose momentum ever again. I can't do it. It's cost me, God knows how much it's cost me financially. You know, when I've gone months without posting content, which is what brings me clients, I cannot let this happen again, and I won't. I'm going to be more selfish. You know, I probably can't go on family holidays until I'm, you know, at a level where, you know, maybe I've got a team around me in my business, and, you know, when I'm at that level where I'm making 20, 30K a month, and then, you know, maybe I can, yeah, maybe I can't. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. But from what I've learned, I can't fall off as bad as I have again. I just can't do it. So that's something I'm gonna have to work through. I'm gonna have to work out, you know, how to find that balance, I guess. But yeah, if you're someone that's watching this and, you know, you've lost momentum before in your business or in your personal development routine, you know what I'm talking about, and you just can't afford to do it. Honestly, it's crucial that you keep the ball rolling. It's crucial that you keep your foot firmly on the fucking gas. Don't let people tell you that you're going too hard. Don't let people tell you that you need to fucking, you know, have a break and relax, and, you know, you're working too much and you're gonna burn out. When you're doing something you actually love, you don't burn out. You're living in complete alignment, which is where I've been for a lot of this year, and it's where I want to stay. And it's yeah, I'm fucking feeling really good that I've picked up the phone and made this video. It's got no structure, it's got no script. It's just like pick up the phone and talk about what I'm going through right now. And, you know, I could pretend that I don't go through these slumps, but I don't pretend. I'm authentic. I tell the truth, and I share a lot. I share pretty much all of my story, really, and I always have. But yeah, that's the video, and I'll be seeing you a lot more, because, like I said, momentum is a hell of a fucking thing, and yeah, you just cannot afford to lose it. Let's go.